Welcome, everyone, to That Kind of Nerds podcast, a weekly show that tells you what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Mellon, joined by Josh Burns and Brian Thornton.
What up?
I feel like that was different somehow.
It was. I'm glad you noticed, but also the fact that you noticed is a little sad.
A little thrown off by it.
How you doing,
You normally go, and Brian Thornton.
Yes.
And then you did something different there, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. I'm a little on the fence.
It's like when your wife changes something in her hair, and you're just like, did you change your hair? She's like, oh, thanks for noticing. That's what just happened.
Oh, you actually appreciate me noticing that?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I guess we'll say so.
You do you, champ.
All right. Well, let's dive into the nerdy world because there's definitely some fun stuff to talk about. But there's been one big story.
I like the winding story.
There's been one big story kind of dominating the nerdy headlines, and it is time for us to take a look at that in a segment that we call Screen to Stream.
What win big story do we got going on?
Yeah,
now?
the win big story. The one big story this week
is Tom Brady left the Patriots.
Exactly. Tom Brady leaving the Patriots definitely belongs on Screen to Stream. No, the larger topic of all the movie theaters are closed. They're like nationwide. Like they're all closed. They threw a monkey wrench into us going to see our movie Bloodshot for Patreon. It stopped me from taking my girls to go see Trolls. So it's kind of been disturbing my movie life. However, due to this change, a lot of the major movie studios are now kind of making it easier and doing some unique things to let you watch movies that should have been in theaters, kind of out in the public. The one that I'm really excited about right now is the movie Onward is going to be on Disney Plus in about 2 weeks. And that
April
was
3rd.
April 3rd, thank you. And that was just in theaters and was part of the worst box office weekend in history.
Because of this whole thing.
Because of this. So this is a larger topic. I'm kind of curious as to, A, how you feel about the fact that some studios are doing this, some studios aren't. And the bigger part, too, is what do you think does this do for the movie industry? Because, for example, Universal is going to let you watch Trolls at home for a $20 48-hour rental. And it's making people kind of question the relationship between studio and movie theater.
I mean, I guess it's, for the studios, it's the right month to do it. It's like the most dog shit movie month ever.
That's not true. January.
This is pretty bad. I remember going over the Blockbuster for March. It was pretty bad.
It wasn't bad until everything got perpetually delayed. Mulan was this month.
Yeah, that's delayed as well. But let's go. We'll talk about delays in a minute. What do we think about the fact, though, that a lot of studios are now going to do some form of home viewing for what were bigger blockbuster movies?
So days before this was announced, I said to my wife that studios should be doing this. And then literally 2 days later, this got announced. I feel like Hollywood is in my head and I should just work for them.
Well, apparently Hollywood did call a few months ago. I don't know if you remember. If you finished Doctor Who, you could probably get your Hollywood job. But what do you think about the fact, $20, I mean, that sounds expensive compared to a movie rental, but this is a movie that was supposed to be in theaters. Is this the right move? Is that too expensive? Is that too cheap? Like what that price?
No,
point
I mean,
is
if you took the kids to a matinee, it'd be $30. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, even like a normal evening show is like what, $12? Me and my wife would go for $25.
Mm-hmm.
I rent it for $20. I watch it in the comfort of my own home. Yeah, why the hell not? I actually legitimately was looking at on my Vudu. I can rent The Invisible Man,
right?
Emma, and The Hunt, and I was honestly thinking about renting The Hunt this weekend.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to come and check that out. So I do like the idea.
You're not invited. Isolation, bro.
Yes. Well, due to social distancing, I was going to go rent it myself and check out The Hunt, too.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
Nobody believes you.
You weren't.
You are
Why wouldn't I check out The Hunt?
Because you're too cheap.
You're not spending $20 to watch that movie.
You're not. What do I think this is going to do to the movie studio industry?
Nothing.
I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to be pirating movies now that they're available digitally.
That's true. Because, I mean, even stuff like Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, right? That's also going to get an early drop. I think Bloodshot, which was the movie that we were supposed to go see, I think that's on the slate to also get a digital release. It is. Yes, it is. Here it is. Bloodshot is getting March 24th.
I don't know. This could be really good. This could be really bad. This could be like, I think what you're going to see is this. I think people will spend money. Studios will get that money directly. Studios will like that money, and they will go and try to reverse the law that says they can't own movie theaters. And then once that happens, they will own movie theaters. So you will go to a Disney movie theater to see all of Disney releases, and so on and so forth. That's legit a law that you can't do that now, because they used to be able to do that. I don't know.
I don't know if I like that, because I like my A-list, and I like the fact that I have a relationship with that movie theater chain. That's just
I like my A-list too, but at the end of the day, I can't use it right now.
Well, they suspended it, and they're not charging you for this month.
I understand that. I can't use it right now. So I'll give the studio my money directly. Right. And the studios are going to like that.
Well, once it's done, right? Once theaters are back open, do you think that still keeps the argument that Disney wants a Disney theater? I mean, I know Disney wants a Disney theater because it's Disney. But what about Sony? I don't think Sony's lining up to go purchase a parking lot somewhere and turn it into a Sony movie theater.
I don't think they're going to build new ones. I think they'll just buy existing AMCs, Regals, and Alamo Draft Houses. And I mean, come on, the movie industry, the movie theater industry has been treading water for how long?
Right.
So either one of two things are going to happen. Either big studios are going to go buy these buildings up and then make you go, like, they'll funnel people in, and essentially, like, you'll have a Disney Plus for home and you'll go to a Disney theater to go see the latest Avengers movie. Or the next thing that will happen is you'll see big studios start releasing their movies straight to VOD regularly, and movie theaters will become more of the art house stuff and the independent stuff and the stuff that they don't want to just drop VOD, or people who can't afford to drop things VOD.
See, I'm not a fan of that, only because I can point...
didn't say anybody's
I know you're not.
Fan of it.
No, I know you're not. My counter to this is Netflix, right? Netflix, as we've talked about many times, they'll drop a movie. It looks good. I want to check it out, but I'm not going to. But if you put a movie like Six Underground in a theater, I'd probably go see it. So, I don't know about the at-home model once everything settles down being a viable business plan that would make movie theaters art house theaters. I think they'll still stay with that. And I think a minority of people would do a VOD rental. And maybe you're right, Brian. Maybe they do it at a premium price the next week, after opening weekend, so they can get that opening weekend, box office numbers. Josh, what do you think?
I don't care at all about this.
Really?
Like, no, I mean, it's not.
Because either way, if you want to see it, he's going to see it.
Right. I mean, it doesn't affect me at all.
Well, right now, with being able to get some of these movies for $20, are there? I mean, let's take Bloodshot.
There's not like maybe I would watch Bloodshot, but there's not. I'm not likely to rent a movie for $20, so I probably just won't see it. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a movie out there that I would pay $20 for a 48-hour.
Let's put it this way: Fast and Furious, $20. Would you do it? Fast 9.
That's right. That's been delayed because that's what they did that.
I mean, if it was out, maybe, but like by the time that movie comes out, we'll be back in the theaters again.
I know, but what if this becomes the
I don't know. You're asking about a hypothetical that doesn't really, you know what I mean?
That's the point of this podcast.
Yeah, the whole point of this topic is exactly that. If this can become a new norm, and you don't have to schlub out and listen to people chew their food, right, and deal with people in the aisle,
you don't have to worry about the jungle gyms or anything like that.
You don't have to push children towards the exit because they're your children sitting on your couch,
or the hyperdrive course that's behind the movie theater where the cars are doing their stunts.
Right, because that is how you do car stunts.
Yeah, I mean, if there were a decent movie out, I would, sure, but there's not. So no, like if there were,
so the only difference is if Fast 9 was coming out right now and they said, you know what, let's just drop it VOD, you would drop $20 on that, no problem.
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
Okay.
So this does affect you.
Nah, it doesn't affect me. There's nothing out there that I want to watch.
What about this though? What about not paying for anything? So for example, Onward, right? That's the new Disney movie is going to be dropping on Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a family movie, something maybe the kids would want to see.
Yeah.
Is that a better model for you, where you're not necessarily paying per movie like a pay-per-view, but paying a month later?
iTunes put The Rise of Skywalker up a week early.
Right.
That was cool. But like I had already paid for that. So if it's there, That leads me to believe, like, why not just do that? If you have it, then put it up. I don't understand why I'm waiting.
It's been like this for years, bro. Like, the moment we switch to digital filming, everything is done. They just wait for marketing reasons. Like, by the time it's in theaters, they have it digitally. They have Blu-rays ready to go.
It just makes me hate
Everything's
everything.
done.
Well, this reminds me too of a little bit of the Top Gun VHS saga. So when Top Gun came out for VHS, a normal VHS was $80. If you wanted to buy, that was the price of it. If you wanted to own a movie, you had to pay at least $80 to get it on VHS. And Top Gun came out, did a partnership with Pepsi, and said, $20, you now own Top Gun. You have to watch a Pepsi ad at the top of it every single time. So, Josh, you'd be very happy to see Pepsi and Top Gun teaming up. Right, you're terrible. But that changed the way in which movie rentals became a thing. That's how other movie rental places were able to get copies for less. Right, they weren't paying these huge prices for theaters. You could buy a VHS for $20 and now own the movie. So if it can be the kind of the same thing of this, if I said, hey, Fast 9, right, it's coming out in theaters next week, but you can buy it today right now for $40, and this way you avoid that. I mean, would that be a proposition? Would that be something that interests you? Own it now, the day it's supposed to come out, pay a little bit of a premium, but now you own it?
Yes, fine. Gimme.
What about if a month later it drops on like a streaming service like just Disney Plus? Because that's what's happening with Onward.
I have to wait a month. I don't want to wait a month. Just gimme.
I need my box office money, bro.
Yeah. Well,
I need my box office money.
Because I'm also thinking this too. My kids, they're two young girls. They were really into Frozen, and Disney had mercy on us and said, "Hey,
they dropped it. Yeah,
Frozen 2. We're just going to put it on Disney Plus. You're stuck with your kids. They need something to watch. Here's Frozen 2." And I was thankful to the House of Mouse for giving me, Frozen 2. Now I just have to hear Lost in the Woods like 4 times a day, but whatever. So I mean, they now have their hands on all these streaming services. That this is an interesting time. Things can either shift, and we can have a new way to kind of enjoy movies and from the comfort of our home. And then I don't know what the movie theater experience turns into at that point, or this is just a temporary thing. This is one time. It's not going to happen again, and we all adjust back to it. But the question is, what kind of reality would you like to live in? I mean, I myself, I like the experience of going to the movie theater. I think that's better than me sitting on my couch watching it on my TV, which, while it's a nice TV, is not as nice as watching something in IMAX. Like, I don't want to watch Tenet on my TV. I want to go watch that in IMAX. That's what it was made for. That's what it was designed for.
I mean, I really think, ideally, if we're talking about the magical world we'd like to live in, I would like to live in the world where I purchase a movie ticket, I go to the movie theater to see it because I do enjoy that movie theater experience. And then when I'm done, I have the option to go back into my movie ticket and upgrade it to a digital copy that I will own.
Right.
So like I pay $20 and then, hey, did you like it? Pay an additional $20, done. And then I have it at home.
And AMC is trying to do something similar to that, trying to get as close as they can right now with the current structure. Because right now, when they paused our A-list, I don't know if you guys read the email, but when they paused A-list...
Yeah, they have a streaming
The next
service
line was,
there.
please rent stuff on our on-demand service, please.
Yeah, they have an on-demand service built in there. I've never used it.
But I have no desire to. But you're right. If I could go ahead and buy the ticket and say, I like that movie, I would like to get my digital copy, please, that would be great. But I mean...
The only thing that would be better is, because I have my physical wall of movies over here.
If they hand you one when you leave?
Not they handed me one when I leave. It's just like, hey... You pay $12 for the movie ticket. All right. Pay an extra $20 to own it digitally, or pay an extra $30, you own it digitally, and then we'll mail you a Blu-ray in X amount of time. I'd be down for that. I'd pay $45 to do that. No problem.
Right, well, we can
not a bad model. Hollywood, call me. Again.
Well, we're going to live in our dream world, but let's go back to reality for just a minute. I want to talk about this thing that I saw that is a Chrome extension called Netflix Party. It lets you watch Netflix with your friends online, kind of like an AOL chat room. We actually just super briefly tested it out between the three of us. I think, Josh, you had set it up for John Mulaney's The Comeback Kid.
Yep.
This seems like something right now as a cool idea, as a way to kind of enjoy some content together, do it social distancing, but having a communal experience around it. I was kind of curious to get your kind of impressions and your thoughts on it.
I mean, as long as you're cool with people chatting while you're watching a movie, like, with the screen moving and whatnot, I think it's good. Like a cool way to stay connected to people. Again, probably not, it's probably not something that you're going to do on your first time viewing something that you've been anticipating, but like a bunch of friends getting together to watch a movie that everybody likes, or it's whatever. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool little thing. I don't think it's necessarily convenient having to be at a computer on a screen doing the chat thing while you're trying to watch a movie, but it is one way to stay connected.
I'm curious now that I'm thinking about it from a technical standpoint, because this only works in Google Chrome with an extension.
Right.
Now, knowing Google Chrome, it does let you Chromecast to a television. So I'm curious if you can take this feed, Chromecast it, so it is on a big screen TV, but then have the chat functionality on the computer. So that's something I'll have to test out from a technical standpoint. But Brian, this made me think of something that I think we all share an affinity for, and it's like Mystery Science Theater 3000. So I kind of enjoy Josh's premise of not a first-time watch, maybe a cult classic, or maybe something that you and your friends like to talk about or watch a whole bunch, and then be able to kind of watch it together. Is that something that you and your hermit life would probably like to do?
Dude, if I want to watch a movie with friends, I'm going to invite my friends over. Not now, though.
That's what I'm saying, right now.
Stay 6 feet away right now, but like...
That was a terrible movie, wasn't it?
This is no, 6 Feet Under is a
No,
TV show.
the one with the kids that were sick and they couldn't...
Yeah.
5 feet apart.
Oh, that's... Yeah,
it's 5 feet apart. That's right.
5 feet apart.
Okay. Sorry,
I haven't seen it. Don't know if it's terrible, but it tells me that you've seen it.
It's a movie about social distancing.
I haven't seen it, but
it's not about social distancing.
It's not about social distancing.
It's about social distancing.
Yeah, but
it is.
And not touching your face.
But they're in love, Josh.
But yeah,
no, they have heart conditions.
It's about not touching your face and social distance.
No, you can touch your face in that one. You just can't touch. You can't touch
really
each other.
Because they're wearing masks. I mean, I don't know.
Touching people's faces. Or don't touch your face. Don't touch my face.
My point is this: connecting virtually very rarely is actually connecting. I would rather have people over to watch a movie, so I will wait however long. And then we could all get together and watch John Mulaney if that's really what you want.
Well, listen, in the meantime, since we are in a world where you can invite people over to your house, if you do want to go ahead and watch something with them and have your own little Mystery Science Theater 3000, oh my God, I realized Mystery Science Theater 3000 is on Netflix. You can go super meta with this. Go ahead and check out the Chrome extension called Netflix Party. It's for free, and allow yourself to kind of...
How would you go meta? Would you riff on the riffs that they're doing for the movie?
Yeah, you would possibly. So Jonah's not that funny in this scene, but what I really do like is just like how they're really crafting this joke.
Okay, so now you're actually critically analyzing.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we just analyze the shit out of a movie, man? We'll analyze this, and we'll analyze it. Analyze this. All right, I want to talk a little bit about the streaming service that makes Josh and Brian roll their eyes so hard the earth almost rotates off.
Fuck Quibi.
Quibi!
Fuck this.
First off, Quibi is giving they're finally announced that they're doing a 90-day free trial. If you sign up early for some information about Quibi.
Us. It's a good idea, I promise. 10 minutes, it's just 10 minutes of your time, please.
Can I get?
We got Liam Hemsworth. We know you like Chris better, but we got Liam.
They announced a 90-day when they initially announced the plan. They had no free trial, but now they have 90 days. So listen, just sign up for a 90-day free trial. It doesn't cost you anything. The second thing is they shows 2 new clips. One of them was for Reno 911, which was a show that used to be on Comedy Central that I used to despise, and then now that I rewatch it every once in a while, like I'll catch a glimpse of it, I don't hate it as much. I guess I just wasn't in the right mindset for it. And then they had a trailer for a new original show called Dishmantled, which stars, I don't know the actor's name. He's from The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And they had another clip with Anthony from Queer Eye in it. And Josh, you pointed me to that trailer because I completely missed it. Can you just explain to the listeners what the hell was going on?
No.
Yeah. Yes.
No, you can't, because I have no idea.
Yes, I can. Absolutely, I can. It's Titus Burgess is hosting a show with Anthony from Queer Eye. I'm not sure who the other dude is, but basically You got two contestants dressed in what can only be described as like hazmat suits. But they're like sort of their face, their nose and mouth is exposed. And dude hits the big red button and basically food is launched at them. So through this, it seems they have to get as much sensory experience as they can as to what was just launched at them, and then cook it or prepare it or whatever. So I mean, if this weren't on Quibi, I'd be interested in watching it.
Well, it definitely is going on Quibi. So this is making its way to it.
So
then I'm less interested. Yeah.
Right. So if this was on I don't know, Hulu or something, maybe
Food Network. Yeah.
Food Network.
Sure.
I give it a shot. I mean, as I said, they have poured a lot of money into this. So I don't know. It seems like an interesting premise. Is it really just because
I know Liam
Quibi?
and Sophie Turner are really big paychecks and everything, but this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
So
I
fucking stupid.
I definitely don't see myself watching anything on Quibi.
I don't give a shit how many days free.
10 minutes. The thing is, 10 minutes is too long to be watching a video on my phone and not long enough to get me interested in sitting down to watch it. So
Exactly,
it's
right.
exactly the wrong amount of time.
And they need to do a 90-day free trial so that you can watch one goddamn episode of whatever show they're putting
precisely the
together.
wrong amount of time. 10
worth.
minutes on my phone for what? I'm not watching a 10-minute video on my. That's insane. No way. And then
Not even if I'm on a plane.
no,
Or a
and
train.
then,
especially if you're not on a plane.
and then
If I'm in a box with a fox,
And
I'm
you-
I'm
not
not
watching.
sitting down on my sofa
No.
for 10 minutes. What? That's not. I don't want to sit here for 10 minutes. It's just not enough. It's either not enough time or it's far too much time. This isn't even a good, it's not like I can watch while taking a shit. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm 10 minutes. I'm not really sure this is that kind of day.
What is the optimum, potty time video? What is the amount of
Dude,
time?
if
for
I'm watching
the
a
phone?
video on my phone, it shan't be longer than 2 minutes.
No
It's
way.
like a movie trailer.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it. That's about as much time as I can give you on my phone.
Otherwise, I need it on my TV.
Yeah. And even then, this is anything longer than a movie trailer, but shorter than an episode of something. I'll watch it on, say, my laptop, my iMac, but 10 minutes is just annoying. That is an annoying amount of time.
And here's the stupid part. Then, you're going to be like, well, you know what? I'll just wait a week and then watch all of them at once, and then you have to wait 2 weeks before you can watch any more.
You get through 10 minutes, you're like, oh, this is getting interesting. It's over? What? Where's the rest of it? This is just the first commercial break.
Imagine you watching your favorite show on cable TV. What is your favorite show on cable TV?
Flash.
I want you to imagine you watched Flash, and then you are enjoying it, you get invested in the story, and then just like any good cable television show, right before the commercial, cliffhanger.
Right.
And that's all you get to watch.
Right. This is the
What the
first
fuck?
This is something that stops at the first commercial break. No thanks.
The stupidest thing ever.
It is pretty.
Why are we talking about this?
Because CJ loves it so much.
CJ, you're the worst.
Listen, here's the thing.
No. You're the jerk ass that keeps putting Quibi in the show.
This is true. You do control
I am.
You do
I am.
control it.
I am.
I'm seeing stupid commercials. for
Brian
this shit.
and I see the word Quibi and we go, fuck that
I had
noise.
never heard of this shit until you brought it up. Now I see it everywhere.
We were both calling it Quibi, Quibis,
Quibi?
Quibis.
I did not know anything.
Quibi?
And then the day after you brought it to my attention, I go on to IMDb and they're like, Quibi. I'm like, no, fuck you. And then now I see commercials for
Let me
it.
ask you an honest question. Let's just say I had never mentioned Quibi, and you had just started seeing things for Quibi. I'm sure you would have hated it, right? Regardless.
I
'cause
wouldn't even bothered. I wouldn't even.
But that's the question.
10 minutes is a bad format.
Right, I agree with that. I will obviously not be spending money on Quibi, but as the guy who, whatever, I'll just try it. I'll try the 90-day. Just like I've been watching the Apple TV Plus content, and I know you guys have it as well. By the way, I finished Mythic Quest. pretty good season. I will say overall. Pretty,
I
pretty
couldn't
good
even get through the first episode.
That's okay. I
might give that a
enjoyed it.
shot because it's right up my alley.
And Little America was really good. I did enjoy that. A couple hit and miss episodes, but overall pretty good. I will try Quibi for 90 days, but when 91 day comes and I say credit card please, I'd be like, how about you piss the fuck off? I'm canceling.
CJ, that's not how it works. They go credit card please to get free trial, and then you forget about it on day 91, and they go yes, we got
Avenue 5. Avenue 5 you should check out.
I'm not talking about
What's
just
Avenue 5?
CJ.
Hugh Laurie is like a space.
Oh, that's the new
the one on
show.
HBO.
Yeah,
How is that?
So it's it's funny and it's quirky. It's got the guy from Silicon Valley. This guy fucks Jared.
Yeah.
The guy from also the guy from The Office.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got him as well, and I think he's
Zach
the best
Woods,
part.
right?
I think he's the best part of it. And
Hugh
it's
Laurie,
got
Josh Gad, Zach Woods, right?
Josh Gad is just hilarious. It's the kind of thing where there's a lot of little tiny funny things, and they're very funny. Hugh Laurie's great.
Oh, he's great in anything.
Anything. Yeah. I'd say check that out.
I was going to start.
This is Josh desperately trying to change the topic.
No, that's
Can we
fine.
please stop talking about Quibi?
We're done with Quibi.
Good.
I'm actually thinking of going back to The Good Place. Brian talked to me several weeks ago about
Laura
it.
loves that show.
See,
Laura loves it.
I did not like the first 2 episodes, so I'm going back in and giving it a little bit of fresh eyes. And then I think after that, if that sticks, if not, I'm going to do Veep. I think that's the next thing on my.
Oh, not ever. Nope.
We've been watching a lot of movies in the Thornton household. So what did we watch? Yeah, what did we watch? We watched Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good.
I enjoyed it as well.
I keep seeing ads for Honey Boy, and I'm like,
Honey Boy was good too.
Yes, please
Was
watch
it good?
Honey Boy. Yes,
It was
check
good.
out Honey Boy.
Honey Boy, and then if you like Honey Boy, go check out the Peanut Butter Falcon.
I enjoyed Peanut Butter Falcon as well.
It's very good.
We watched that like a couple months ago, though.
Yeah.
Honey Boy definitely gives you a little bit of insight into why Shia LaBeouf's so crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like basically about him as a kid, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. There's
Heavily inspired by his life.
We've definitely watched a lot of movies by other people that are basically just therapy. It's just therapy disguised as a movie. This movie does that, but I don't think it does in a way that's pretentious and really kind of douchebaggery. I really kind of think it's got a sweet message to it, and it kind of gives you a little bit more insight into Shia LaBeouf. And definitely kind of makes me think back about all the shit I gave him, years ago when he was going through obviously something pretty crazy and traumatic, and I'm just shitting on this guy, and I realized I don't even know this dude, and so I felt bad about my past behavior. I definitely recommend Honey Boy. It's really good.
All right, I shall check that out.
Yet you know me, and you have no problem shitting all over me.
Yeah, because I've met you, I talked with you. Your dad's awesome. Your mom's great. So you have no reason to be a dick. You just are.
Mom will be very happy to hear that shout. She was so happy that I shouted her out about the Baby Yoda thing. I got a phone call the next day.
Well, I've got one more topic left in the show notes, and it's where we talk about the world of comics, see what's affecting TV, see what's affecting movie, but most of all, how is it affecting Brian? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Cape Talk.
Cape Talk. What's the win big story here?
The win big the win big story.
The win big.
Watchmen showrunner Damon Lindelof wants to make a Marvel Studios project.
Yes, please.
Just right in, just hell yeah.
Yeah,
Done.
absolutely.
I don't care.
Okay.
Give him whatever he wants. Yes,
did you
please.
see Watchmen?
I did see Watchmen.
Right. We all loved Watchmen.
We all did love Watchmen.
Well, give me a Marvel project.
Okay. So then I wanted to open this up to you two, being the comic book nerds that you are, considering that all the Disney Plus stuff like WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier is delayed. Doctor Strange, all that stuff is pushed back. What is a story that maybe could do well with a Lindelof treatment? What is something that maybe people don't know about, and we can kind of dig into the obscure comics and kind of shed a little bit of light into them? What's something you would like to see in that regard?
He should do Fantastic Four.
Ooh.
He should. I could see him doing New Warriors too.
So, Brian, I have no idea what New Warriors is. Can you give me an idea of like who's in
Teen
it?
Titans, but in Marvel.
Oh, okay, cool.
Less popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Why'd
definitely
say?
didn't see a Go movie about them at all.
Fuck Teen Titans Go.
That's so good.
I just want to say that just to get you angry. But I mean, that also leads into the other fact that all the other Marvel Studio projects right now are kind of shut down. All of Hollywood is kind of shut down, so that's going to impact a little bit of our MCU verse there too.
I finally got my wife excited for a Marvel movie.
Yeah, what movie
I
was
showed her the Black Widow trailer, and she was like, "That looks awesome." I'm like, "I know." And now this, fucking A.
Sorry,
You work so hard.
you take the time
wanted
to
her
convince somebody.
Getting her excited for one Marvel movie, just one.
It's not happening.
You know, if Spider-Man wasn't in every single Marvel team up, I'd like to see a Marvel team up. But you're never going to get Spider-Man in there. So you're never going to get Spider-Man in a Lindelof.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think they'll. Okay, gotcha. Not even like a Morales or a 2099.
I don't think so.
Not
I don't
straight
think
Spider-Man?
Well, really, depending on what happens with the Sony Marvel deal moving forward, you might have to deal with a Morales anyway. So
I'm okay with deal. What do you mean deal with Morales? Morales is a great Spider-Man.
I think he was great, but I Peter's mine. Peter is mine. Like, I grew up with Peter. I like
Lindelof could do Submariner.
Lindelof can do whatever the fuck he wants. That's like
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you that question. Is there no one that he has to keep his hands off of? Do you trust David Lindelof with every Marvel property? There's not one that he needs to keep his hands off of?
I'm looking at characters that I could see, stories that I could see as a bit darker.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Got a darker tone. Honestly, he probably shouldn't touch Spider-Man because Spider-Man tends to be a lighter tone.
Daredevil. How about Daredevil?
If it wasn't already done so well on Netflix.
Well, but they're not doing it again. They've taken it from me.
So hold on. There is a rumor about this.
The new water cooler talk is he'll show up in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, the big old Kevin Smith decided that, you know what, I'm going to add this to the show notes because I had it in there, but I didn't actually throw it in. Kevin Smith was on his, what was it, Fat Man on Batman? What was the podcast?
I don't remember. I haven't listened to it yet.
Kevin Smith was doing one of his many podcasts. And said that Spider-Man is going to be getting a lawyer maybe in the next movie, and maybe that it's Charlie Cox. He didn't say he did say Matt Murdock, but he cited Charlie Cox. They're bringing him in as Matt Murdock. Kevin Smith's pretty tight with Marvel. He usually has his fingers in the right places to kind of get that information. That's a weird analogy. Kevin Smith's usually pretty tight with
what
I don't know.
I don't know, to get the right information?
I was reading and my brain was like, yeah, say that. That'll work.
Put your finger in there. They'll tell you whatever you want.
It's not uncommon for Kevin Smith to kind of have the Marvel inside news. He's got a lot of friends.
You mixed up the idiom fingers in a lot of pies.
Yep, I did. I was reading like, I'll smoosh those two things together. Yep, that's how that worked. You guys have been clamoring and praying, and I don't know what animals you've been sacrificing to whatever gods to get Charlie Cox back as Daredevil.
I need all those and I need Punisher back too.
Yeah,
badly.
Would you settle for all of the Netflix MC whatever the hell it was stuff just dying, but only getting Charlie Cox back?
Did I just say I need Punisher back too?
You did. I'm just saying, what if you could only get
Punisher.
One? If they could only give you one, which one would you choose?
Punisher.
Jeez, Brian, it sounds like you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Just waiting to hear how, I'm right all the time.
What?
Always.
Oh, I'm not giving you this until no. This is Kevin Smith.
If it happens, you're going to have to give it to me.
Someone's going to have to go ahead and find a crow.
You don't put these people in a movie and not plan on continuing the shows or just continuing the character in general.
Continuing the character, but I think he'll be like a Hulk thing where he doesn't get his own movies.
That's fine. I'll still be justified.
Is that justified? That's not bringing back the series.
No, I'll be fine.
That's bringing him back in cameo capacity.
I'll still be right.
I don't think that's
Hulk.
No, I think you'll be like.
First off, Hulk is not cameo. Let's be real. It's not. He's secondary character or part of an ensemble.
Ensemble. Making him part of an ensemble does not bring him him back the way that you're saying.
We'll see, CJ.
No, not just we'll see.
We'll
you don't get to count this in the win column yet. You're putting yourself in a win column already.
Well, you know what? Everything's shut down right now, so are my theories.
I haven't put
anything in the win column yet.
And I love Kevin Smith, but this is not a win.
Not in the win column. Listen, Listen, I get it. I understand that too. That, you know, sometimes people talk, sometimes people are wrong. But I'm just saying, you know, if we're talking about the win big story here, the win big is that I might be right. I win big.
This is literally the equivalent to a few weeks ago where we heard that guy over talking in the cafe about possibly maybe one day. It's exactly what we're talking about. All right, listeners. Well, listen, I want to say thank you so much for continuing to listen to us and let us tell you what's going on in the nerdy world. We are figuring out ways to help flesh out the Patreon content. We're crossing our fingers that Bloodshot does get released on a VOD so that we can go ahead and make your spoiler cast dreams come true.
Also frosting my fingers as well.
I said crossing.
Nope, you started to say frosting the chingers.
You know what?
I'm frosting my chingers hard.
Anyway, we're also going to be working
Josh,
on
I see you. Make sure you frost those chingers, man.
We're also going to be working on a retro review of the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie Time Cop. Because Brian saw Jean-Claude Van Damme has an Amazon show, and that's the life we're stuck in right now.
Chingers Frossed, I'll get to watch that soon.
So thank you so much for making us your walk around the neighborhood or whatever it is you're doing right now. And we'll talk to you next week.
Well, welcome to the club, because you are that kind of nerd.
How's everybody doing?
Splendid.
Quarantined.
I'm social distancing like a motherfucker. All right. Well, listen, we got some stuff.
I'm fine. I'm trapped with 16 different streaming services, you know, 1,000 movies, a couple hundred video games, and at least 50 board games. Like, I'm set.
Should be good. I just need more eggs and cheese.
It's just like that meme, though, where it's just like, where you normally practice social distancing, and then the government tells you you have to, and then it's the penguin going, well, I don't want to do it anymore.
All right, I've got one more thing left in the show notes here, and it's it's where we wait. How do I segue into Cape Talk? I forget. It's been a while.
Where we talk about the world of comics.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, now it's time.
The way they do this, and the way they
Right.
It's time for Cape Talk.